Alright, hello. So, Isleweaver, it's here, the new update. It is not the greatest update, it's kind of mid if I'm being real, because we don't have any new quests. We have a decent event, honestly. It is kind of boring to play on, but it is very rewarding, and you actually don't need to do too many runs of it in order to get everything, which is great. However, um, I think the most important things that came from this update are all the changes and the reworks that happened. And I've played a bit of Araxias, is great. I tried her weapons. All of her weapons seem pretty crazy. But I think the one change, or one of the two changes rather, that people were afraid about this update the most, and it was, you know, pretty justified to a point, but then it got out of hand, was hair. So, how is she doing? Well, there is a problem, you see. And that problem is... Where is it? Where is the skin? Where is the heirloom skin? Why is it not here? We have Valkyr Rework, we have Captain War Rework, where is the skin? Where the hell is it? I was so hyped to play new Valkyr with the skin, but I'll have to stick to this fashion now. Like, okay, sure, it's not... I don't mind it so much, but like, damn, I kind of want to switch. I don't know. I've been on this fashion for way too long now. Please do. Regardless. Is Valkyr Rework good? Or how good is it if it's good? Well, I can tell you, Valkyr is now one of the best solo Warframes in the entire game, and that is zero question about it. This Warframe is insane. It is mental how good she is. And I will show you right away why she's good. So some TLDRs, they gave her way more damage, and you may be like, oh, Valkyrie didn't really need the damage, but I will say that because now you have way more damage, you can take off some of your damage that you had before for a bit more survivability, and that works perfectly fine. But I think one of the most insane stuff about it isn't her tankiness or how strong her damage is, because those are both through the roof. But it's this thing. Where is it? This thing. The new prolonged paralysis augment. Okay. So before the update, I was one of the people that vouched for this augment and the usage of it on Valkyr's base kit, because it gave her grouping tool that is really robust, because it works on a 360 around you, not on the direction you're facing. Like, you can use prolonged paralysis and it stuns everything around you. So then it pulls everything around you slowly, and then it knocks it down once again slowly. Well, this changed a bit. And I thought, because this ability now slows innately, that this would be bad. But look at what happened real quick. What the hell? Now they're starting to wake up. Now it's where they start to wake up. Also, one ground finisher was enough for me to be done with it. My passive is stacked fully with one ground finisher. And you know what's the best part about this? Well, Valkyr's talons, specifically her own talons, have the highest ground finisher multiplier out of everything in the entire game. And if I remember correctly, it's 50 times Valkyr's damage. What does this mean in practice? Well, if I ground finish these guys, they just obliterate. They're gone. Just like that. They're all dead. They're all just dead. So, you know, when I'm talking about a lot more damage on the kit, I do mean there is a lot more damage onto the kit, and I love it. But I think you need to see in practice for yourself how tanky she is alongside that damage, because a lot of people were very scared that, oh my god, we are getting rid of our immunity on her. Well, you're not, it's just moving to the passive, but holy fuck, we're not having invulnerability anymore. What are we gonna do? What is gonna happen? How are we gonna play? We're gonna health tank? Health tanking isn't viable, right? health tanking isn't viable, right? So, before I start, I will once again show the build because I want to showcase something. We have 2 defensive mods in the entire build. Adaptation is not there. Shield gate, nowhere to be found. Shield regeneration, nowhere to be found. The only thing that we have in terms of defensive, and it's very good, is melee fortification on the talents. And it 100% makes sense. The talents, especially with the changes to the combos, where now every combo is actually good and you don't have to just slide attack all the time, it makes sense to remove some of your damage that you used to get from either melee exposure or melee afflictions, animosity, you name it, whatever you did. And you can now move it to melee fortification. It's honestly pretty great. Also, to realize the difference a bit on the combos, the slide attack stayed the same. It has 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. All of the rest of the combos used to be 100 to 100%, and then some of them were even 50%. And most of them were like that, and they've got reworked to be mostly 200 and 300% attacks, as you can see. Like, this combo is absolutely ludicrous, not gonna lie. It has pretty much 300% attacks only, except the third attack. So, pretty strong, if you ask me. But yeah, with that being said and everything, the Temporal Archimedeia for this week sucks. Now, I know a lot of people complained about the tank, but the tank, if you're using any Spectre, like if you're using any Ancient Healer Spectre, it becomes a cakewalk. I'ma be real. I did it today with Mirage, and I didn't go down once, and I wasn't even close to going down even once, and it was very easy. But you know, why did it rework the Warframes that I'm... Anyways, this used to have Loki, Mirage, and Styanax. Now, for some reason, it has Limbo and not Mirage in the middle. But that doesn't matter. What matters is, as you can see, my setup has Zar, Pox, and Zoris with Mirage, and that was very strong, so I didn't really have issues. But on that first mission, we went as a 4-man squad on stream, and all 3 of my teammates / viewers died. All of them. And they weren't on bad Warframes. One of them was on Frost, one of them was, if I remember correctly, on a defensive Warframe, and one of them was on Titania. So all of them were on really strong Warframes. But they died. Because this mission is kinda shitty. And once your teammates die, you can't actually revive them. Because of what I said. So, in order to start this mission, I'm gonna help myself a bit and drop an energy pad. With Nourish, it's gonna make my life way easier. And now we can go. So, the point I'm trying to showcase here is that you cannot really die. So, while to this entire mission, I will showcase the damage, obviously, quite a bit, because, you know, we're playing as Valkyr. But the main thing I want to showcase is how tanky she is. Not the damage as much. That's the tankiness. Because yes, the damage is just way too high. I can even kill Desiccants, which is pretty crazy. Also, it's really cool that you have barely any type of energy issues anymore. Like, as you can see, my energy per secondary is basically nothing. Also, here's the Baba. This guy normally deals a ton of damage, electric procs, and, you know, it all happens quite quickly and he kills you very, very quickly. But, you know, I killed him really, really quickly. And I also took 0 damage. I was full HP during the entire duration of that. My HP didn't even go below 2000. So, you know, it is quite strong. Desiccant? Desiccant. No problem whatsoever. So, I hope you understand what I mean now by saying that this Warframe might be one of the strongest solo frames in the entire game. Everything that you know and love, that slide attack, that invulnerability, everything is there. and you have a better grouping tool, way more damage, and it's way more mobile. I didn't actually showcase the first ability because I don't really use it. I still don't feel the reason to use it when I can just move around myself. But if you wanna go Spider-Man mode and use the first ability, it's actually pretty good. Like it genuinely felt very nice and very intuitive. I just don't feel like doing it. Simple as that. So yeah, the rework is a huge success in my opinion, which begs the question, D, where the hell is my skin? I want to give you my money. Where is my skin? Like so real. Oh yeah, also forgot to mention your status immune, so any X moves unit, it just doesn't do anything to you. Like every enemy Eximus unit is pretty useless against you because guess what? Jade Light, their damage mainly comes from heat procs. When you're status immune, those heat procs do not deal anything because they do not exist. So yay, you're fine. Corrosive procs, usually the biggest issue against health tanking alongside slash procs on those really high levels. Both of them do not exist anymore because guess what? You have status immunity. So yeah, I think we kinda overreacted a bit too much. I'm not talking about me. Because I was very hyped about this rework and I wanted to play it and even playtest it if I had the chance, but damn, I didn't have that chance sadly. Oh yeah, it's whatever. You can all cope in the comments and say that, oh, it's bad, I don't have great health, but I'll be here laughing while destroying desiccants at level 500 without giving a fuck, and then my health is over 2000 and it doesn't move, so you know. I'll be laughing straight to the bank with this rework. It's honestly great, and I can't wait for the Heirloom skin to come out because I'll be playing her way more than I used to. Back in the day, when I was still a newbie, this used to be one of my favorite Warframes for the fact that she was kinda, you know, that one Warframe that goes in and keeps going in. Then Garuda releases and Garuda becomes Valkyr but better, so she takes her place. But I can safely say that we are so back with Valkyr, honestly. Like, this Warframe is absolutely crazy. She's a menace, man. Also, I want to mention real quick, as you saw, my build was heavily focused around prolonged paralysis being viable. I haven't needed to use prolonged paralysis almost at all through the entire mission. Also, this Valkyr has 0 Archon swords. I can make her more tanky if I want to, or increase her damage through purple swords or even more Archon swords. But I don't need to either. Am I gonna do it? Well, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna add purple swords to her, but I just wanted to do this without purple swords to showcase the amount of damage so you can see for yourself. Also, the block combo knocks down, so you know, if you want to do affliction stuff, there you go. Block combo, you're good, you're king. And yeah. Close to dying, not even once. It's not like I went down to 1000 then healed it back up. It's like haven't seen the number 1 like on the left part of my health almost at all through the entire mission. I've noticed like sometimes it has gone down, but it immediately goes back up because guess what? Your life's still going back up anyway, so who cares? It's a bit insane. Also, small tip with Tennokai, you should slide attack first a bit before you Tennokai, because that gives you the alt slide attack, which is 1000 times better than that knocks attack. It does way more damage. This attack, what mostly does, it will do crazy damage to one enemy and it will knock other enemies aside, which is quite annoying. But if you slide, then heavy attack, it triggers the secondary heavy attack, which is a whole different combo, and it does, for this one, way more damage. If I do it here for this guy, then yeah, whatever. No, it doesn't matter too much. I'm just trying to help you out if you want to deal even more damage, because the slide heavy attack has dealt at times even like 500 million when I was testing her, and I test her quite frequently and quite a lot, and she is yeah, she has no issue surviving. It's pretty crazy. I'm liking her. I am genuinely so happy. I'm a fan of like viable health tanking and health tanking frames, because it is something that is way simpler to do than shield gating and way more chill to play. And at the same time, for Valkyr's case, it also makes sense with the amount of armor she has. And the best of all is that she plays in the Berserker playstyle. Also, this guy has bugged attenuation. I don't know why it is. It's like a new bug or something, but you can see my damage on him is like 600 or something. I barely deal any. Oh yeah, also we saw my health going a bit below 2000 finally. Wow, it was about time. Guess that's what not being active does to you. Is he fixed? Yes, he's fixed. Or that's a different guy. This might be a different guy, honestly. Not sure. But I had some Dedicants that were being dealt like 700 damage for no reason while I'm been trying to like kill them. And has been pretty annoying. This one feels like he's healing from somewhere, so there might be an Xmas healing him, but... yeah, there we go. I don't know what was healing him, but we got it. So yeah, that is how Valkyr looks like on EDA now, and if I even stand still, well... my Kavad is healing me, and I will show you this tech as well so you guys can get even more tanky. But it doesn't, you can't really die. That's what I'm trying to get at. Dying feels pretty impossible right now. And I love it, honestly. And if you want more health tanking, if you want more energy or something, you can go Hunter Adrenaline. You have a lot of choices in order to know what to go. But overall, you know. I think verdict is she is quite broken. For me, at least. With the amount of stuff that she has at her disposal now, like, okay, her one is already a decent grouping tool, but I think Prolonged Paralysis just takes the grouping shenanigans a bit too far. So building for it, in my opinion, was super worth it. See, if you want to cope with this build, go ham. But I think for the average Valkyr player that just wants to spam melee vigorously and very brainlessly, this will be a bit more up your alley. But it's your choice, you make the rules. Nourish can be here instead of Wrathful. I just think the Wrathful makes the numbers even more funny. And I think this is probably the best Valkyr build you can take right now. I can see a world where you would get like Proton Jet, where's the mode? Or Proton Snap, this thing. Because the status chance is additive, so it takes you to 60% status chance instantly. But you do lose a bit of damage. And you also having to wall latch for 2 seconds to get the buff. It can be a bit annoying. But regardless, if you are one of those people that are fine doing that and upkeeping buffs, Proton Snap instead of Prime Fever Strike on this build can be extremely, extremely good. So, before I close the video, the Kavad tech, you probably want it because it is very, very good. So, the tech is, because Panzer Vulpaphyla Viral Quills is shooting at enemies constantly, this will heal you with counter recovery by insane amounts. And I mean, like, you heal for 3,000 to 4,000 health per Viral Quill proc or something. I don't know why, It's genuinely crazy. It might be the Kavad even attacking enemies, but the healing is nuts on this. Like, it genuinely is. And then there is other stuff. This is one way to keep it alive. This is another way to keep it alive. This is way more efficient, obviously. But this mode is super important because Martyr Symbiosis, in case you don't know, this mode, what it does is if you are about to die, for whatever reason, this works on any health tank in frame, by the way. If you're about to die for whatever reason, the Vulpaphyla goes down for you, and then you heal depending on how much health it has stored from corpses that you kill within 25 meters of you. Now, you may be like, that sounds extremely broken. And it is. But the Kavad dies for you, or the Vulpaphyla dies for you, and then it goes to its Panzer devolution, right? Not exactly. Because this can trigger Tech Assault. So there is a 60% chance that if you trigger this, the Kavad doesn't even die, and just killing a singular enemy is enough to trigger this again and take this, you know, that you have a 60% chance to not die at any time, forever. It's really, really busted, honestly. So yeah, this build, if you want a health tank, it's probably one of the strongest things you can take. And this is what I have for him in the actual slots. And I went for a more primer focused build with bite in order to get the Tenacious bone stacks. And why primer focused and no damage? Well, extra priming from Panzer, when you are milling and everything, it can be pretty cool. So yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing rework. Ignore Zenrik, it's only there because, you know, on EDA you don't actually have operator. So Inner Might, pretty cool when you don't have operator. But overall, I think Madurai, Naramon, Vazarin, you know, go whatever. It doesn't really matter. She's insane. I am so glad to see that she is even stronger than I believed instantly that she would be. And yeah, initially, not instantly, sorry. My English is not my first language. But I love her. She is great. So, verdicts, play her. She's extremely fun. She's way, way better than she used to be. And D, please give us the skin already. Why do we not have the skin, but we have the rework and we have everything else? So, next video hopefully will be about Araxia. I think it will. And the video after that will be about the project that I've been working for the past 2 weeks, and it should be something that you guys enjoy. But for now, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll have my Discord and my Twitch in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.